guys. Then we're doing levels 61 through 65. Also, I need to make room for my bed. Yeah. So I have green chairs long because I have for someone to make toys for this. We're also running around with their either get messed up or something else. Well, not really. No, never mind. I was about to say I found a way to carry all of them at once, but gotta put some of them back in to link it. I use to carry them. Nice. Okay, got all of them. That was way quicker than last time. So yeah, let's explain level 61. Guys, I'm trying to finish every level of the Backrooms explained. This is pretty similar to that, like, other level that had skyscrapers, I'm pretty sure. But this is just different in general, so no, it's not the same, and yeah. So, it's a class 5 difficulty. It's unsafe, unsecure, has an entity infestation. We always know this. I don't know why there's always an entity infestation. Level 62, level 61, and would say, is a 60-second level to Backrooms. Alright? When you explain so many levels, it gets a little confusing. Alright? Consists of multiple skyscrapers spread out across the air, covered in thick fog with no ground to be seen. Within the almost chaotic and unimaginable environment, not everything abides by laws of physics. One should expect the unexpected at all times. Level 61 is an infinite cluster of towering skyscrapers that defy the laws of physics and nature. Appearance suspended in what can only be described as an endless void, no ground to be glimpsed. The buildings do not spark shocks similar to those akin to the front rooms, aka reality, aka Earth, but instead present themselves in strange, enigmatic architecture, bathed by an eerie fog and emanating a strong aura that provokes a sense of fear. Also, how did they even get this picture? Buddy, how do you get this picture? Like, are you flying somehow in the sky, or are you in a skyscraper? Like, I believe you're in another skyscraper. Like, still, it doesn't look like there's any windows there, so how the hell do you get this photo, bro? Gazing upwards may cause a sense of vertigo. Oh, wait, you're on the ground, alright. Given the sheer height of these buildings, it is presumed that their height stretches onward to infinity and beyond. This effect can make it extremely difficult for wanderers to properly navigate the level, since their senses are affected by the disorienting effect caused by towers. Although the skyscraper appears to be in good condition, the standard foundations are anything but stable, causing them to drift into places ever so slowly. This causes them to constantly shift and undulate with every unpredictable movement, further amplifying the dizziness factor. Okay. Traversing through the void of level 61 is only made possible by the presence of bridges that span across seemingly infinite realm, connecting each skyscraper. These bridges are suspended in midair and are made out of steel or concrete, still defying any engineering norms, as they appear both sturdy and fragile at the same time. Each step forward is followed by a sense of danger, as it could fall at any time and plunge into the abyss. Oh god. However, that they remain the sole way of traveling through the level safely. Still, they radiate an eerie nature with the fog that surrounds them, the constant wobbling suspended in the void, and apparent stop in time as if everything around the water has stopped. All of the skyscraper and their ominous lights coming from the inside cast a contrasting glow on the metal surfaces of the bridge. Entities are scattered all along these bridges, with smiles and howls being plentifully present. I would say just get some firestone, but then, like, stupid, bridges are made of, fucking, like, wood. so like that would cause it to light on fire. So. The air in the level is extremely cold, and if the winds are strong, they have to cut through the fog and leave a trail behind. Outdoors are recommended to bring warm clothes or to rapidly make your way to a skyscraper if possible, avoiding any entities that may be lurking within the dense fog. In the face of extreme cold, survivability becomes not just a factor of avoiding any entities, but managing the temperatures too. Temperatures of which fluctuate without any previous warning, alternating between immensely low temperatures to small pockets of warmth that provide temporary rest. The skyscrapers themselves are made of steel or concrete, much like the bridges surrounding them. Oh, okay, the bridges are made of steel or concrete, so yes, you can use firestone to get rid of them in a way. Surrounding them are populated by a large rectangular windows that reveal the interior, with some rooms and offices having the lights turned on. Looking through the windows and staring into the interior shows unexpectedly well-maintained workspaces as if frozen in time. Final expectations from those traversing through the level. Every desk is neatly arranged, with every bit of furniture organized in places that seem reasonable. Computer screens flicker repeatedly and papers are scattered all around with purposeful intent. Each office bears the logo of an unknown brand, unfamiliar to the front rooms, whose names invoke a sense of hysteria and curiosity. Okay. It is possible to step inside these offices by locating any broken windows with it extremely being the only way to enter. Stepping inside any skyscraper, the wanderers will be greeted by the cozy warmth present inside. The wind gusts from outside are silenced by the hums of fluorescent lights, sound of computer fans and hard drive spinning, and the occasional printer spilling out on empty papers. Seemingly for no reason, venturing inwards reveals a series of corridors leading to their other offices, each presenting a different purpose. Okay, I don't know why my speaking is so bad today, but oh well. Aesthetic, showcasing a strange sense of diversity. Some are flooded with innovation, others with cutting-edge technology and futuristic design. Not divines, I meant to say designs. Oh my god, my speaking is so horrible today. I don't know why. I was not even talking that much today, so I don't know what's going on. And the rest are filled with tradition, classic decorations, and antique furniture. The patches of time within the buildings behave normally in a sharp contrast to the apparent halt outside. Okay, what is breaking laws of physics, anyways? Or gravity, whatever it was. I haven't seen what it was. Maybe it was the buildings and how they look or something, but I'm not sure. All clocks act as expected, despite many showing different times, something that could represent different time zones. Scattered all along these offices are a variety of objects, namely almond water, lucky old milk, royal rations, alright, Wayback. What is a Wayback Machine? Okay. It's outdated, so. And also, Wi-Fi is also present all throughout the offices, though its signal is extremely weak and is prone to failing frequently. As what is that? What the fuck is that? Alright, decipher that if you can. I'm not sure what that is, but well, I mean, I can't really decipher it because I don't not really good with that stuff. So actually, I'm not even experienced with any of that shit. But exiting the level has proven to be an extremely difficult task. Wanderers must travel through a skyscraper and make their way to a basement-like level of the building, typically found several floors below the entrance points. At first, the creation of outposts was considered, as it was thought the level was mostly safe from within this However, sights of entities began appearing one by one, ending in the ultimate discovery that the skyscrapers are infested with numerous amount of entities. Generally speaking, every entrance point is mostly safe, since these are typically barricaded or connected to other offices that have been barricaded. Life within the skyscrapers have become increasingly difficult once supplies run out, forcing wanderers to venture outside in the hopes of finding another shelter. Every light appears to cease to function past a certain floor, forcing the uses of artificial forms of light, which can be extremely dangerous since stars are known to roam around these floors. Locked doors become an environmental hazard and grow more common as one makes their way to the basement. What is wrong with locked doors? Crowbars, hammers, and other construction materials can be found in empty offices that appear to be under maintenance. What? Every test, twist, and turn can easily disorientate, I don't know how you spell that, even the most attentive wanderers. So it is recommended to mark the path behind to prevent getting lost. This becomes increasingly dangerous if wanderers unlucky enough to be chased by an entity, as it may be only attract more. Entering random offices in an attempt to escape is not recommended unless it serves as a last resort. Since entities are almost always hiding inside these rooms, the only way to escape is to either run any entities or enter a room that is guaranteed to be safe. Traversing deeper, the following entities can be found, of which the first are the most common: spirals, hounds, facelings, zephyrus, clumps, dolors, and wretches. Let's see this. Okay. I don't get the point of this images, but venturing outside it can be just as dangerous as venturing into the basement areas of every skyscraper. The cold temperature and occasional encounter with entities make the bridge is of the level an unsafe location to remain in for more than an hour. Fortunately, since these are not are known to not enter any buildings. This the reason for this still being unknown. Prolonged exposure to the temperature outside will result in oof from hypothermia. As such, countering a oofed wanderer is common, and it is recommended that they are thrown off the bridges so as to not attract any entities. That's just dark. However, what if they're playing oofed? However, should one encounter or be chased by an entity, their best bet is to run as fast as possible to a nearby skyscraper. Bridges are wide enough to easily maneuver from left to right, and most entities will not chase wanderers for too long. It appears that they are also affected by the cold temperatures and cannot risk spending their energy. There are many reports of floating debris making its way across the floor. Bridges will survive any hits, but will shake violently, pushing wanderers and entities from edge to edge. It's extremely difficult to spot any incoming debris because of the thick fog, and such wanderers are recommended to always expect an impact. And this is the basement level. This looks exactly like level 2. Reaching the basement level of skyscraper is no easy task, as many wanderers oofing while trying to exit. The looks and aesthetics are similar to that of level 2. Yeah, like the look looks so similar to level 2. Why does it look so similar? With piping running along the walls and ceiling, wires dangling everywhere, and each hallway growing more and more narrow the further one walks ahead. These pipes and wires are an environmental hazard since the pipes can sometimes burst under pressure and release jets of tremendously warm water, while some wires can be exposed and will electrocute anything that comes into contact with them. Any staircases that go further down are considered to be the exit, as there appears to be nothing below the basement level. However, it is possible to accurately define which level wanderers will be sent to upon exiting. Silence takes over the absolute darkness as the last bit of light dims away in the distance. Each footstep sounds louder than the previous one, making one ponder for something rushing down the stairs in sync. Some rest and peace of mind could do well after the mayhem that is venturing further down into the darkness. After all, appears that the way out was nothing but a long walk further down. Okay. However, the main way out appears to be decaying. A courtyard of windows seems erased from this realm. A run for your life is now a desolate void of emptiness. Wait, what? What is Neon Hospital? Okay. We'll eventually get to that. And run for a long forgotten exclamation mark. What is this? What? That's not level 109. That's not even neon at all. Okay. A shift has been made with such new connections with Thrive. Alright, so I guess Rift of Life is now deceased now? I don't know. Formerly, no outposts have ever existed in this level. Exit level 61 is possible by reaching the wrong exit within the dark. What is the wrong exit within the darkness? Lights. Okay. Oh, okay. Adventuring into the forsaken. They said forsake! Darkness with one should not have explored. Exiting is only possible by reaching the base level and walking outside the source for a long amount of time. Patients will warn you with the warm stay at a hotel, but your disrespect will be met with consequences should you ever turn back. So I'm pretty sure that leaves you to level 42. That leaves you to 911. So what the fuck were these? Why are they talking about level 109 in forgotten exclamation mark? Also, yes, we did go over this level, but yeah, let's go to level 62 now. Okay. Oh, okay. I was wondering why it's saying that. I was like, is this the same thing with that, like, other huge level? Like, that huge level way far into the back rooms that I couldn't even do? But, yeah, I guess that's wrong. But we do have some logs, so. But yeah, level 62, jungle, backyard, aka level. Okay, I don't know what I said aka, but it's unsafe, but it is secure, but it has a low entity count. And yes, level 62 is a 63rd level of Backrooms. So level 62 is the backyard of a mostly dilapidated house of overgrown vegetation. The house is surrounded by brick walls that are impossible to climb since it appears to grow taller when approached. Okay, someone just got a drone to fly over. There's a hole in one of the corners of the brick walls big enough for a person to fit through that leads to a vast jungle. That was discovered by a Juniatia and a Tala. What the? Two archivists of the Kellogg Institute during a standard hands-on investigation. What the fuck? Oh, okay. We are not reading notes, alright, but because I don't like reading voice logs. So entering a shed in level 37, looking into a wall and turning back will bring you to level 62. Alright. Staying in forest for a week will transport you to level 45. Going inside the shed and using the same method as entering the level from level 37 will send you to level 4 or 10. Why is it bringing you to level 4? I don't know. That's kind of weird. I mean, level 10 makes sense, but like, level 4? Why? Why level 4? Level 63 Tranquility. Oh, ooh, I know this one. But yeah, it is level 63 Tranquility. It's class 0 difficulty. It's safe, secure, and is devoid of entities. Also, here's just a picture of the sky. Level 63. Level 63 is a vast open space in the sky, which is sparsely filled with several wooden bridges and platforms. They hang suspended by unknown means over the expanse of void, which stretches out for an entire length of the level. These bridges are made of hard oak, and they form a dense network of pathways around the level, which ultimately leads nowhere. Other structures that make up the pathways are ladders, rails, and in some cases, monkey bars, which all hang suspended over the void. All of these are made of the aforementioned oak wood. Yeah. So basically, in this level, you get to chill. You get to chill out, basically. It's pretty cool. Walls of the green vine like structures, and we are reading meditation points, but walls of the large green vine like structures emerge from the void, reaching up to the visible top of level 63. They form far away from the pathway. Form far away from the pathways of the level, making so that no one could ever feasibly get near them. The walls continuously shift, forming elaborate patterns and breaking them down in the span of minutes. The composition of the vines is of yet unknown, but it's generally assumed to be the same as a normal vine from the outside this level. Level 63 is presumed to be very high up in the sky for various reasons. Why would it not be? You're walking above like clouds, so why would it not be? The atmospheric pressure in the level is slightly lower than that of regular A1 ATM. What is an 8? What is a 1 ATM? And a large clusters of clouds that can be seen forming periodically around the level, despite the general temperature level 63 being at a constant 8 degrees Celsius. One interesting quirk that level 63 possesses is its strange day-night cycle. While the level is constantly in a state of day, the sun will constantly constantly moves around the level as if it were cycling through a regular day. It is unknown how the daylight is still there when the sun is absent completely. Like, it's a weird quirk about the level. So, yeah. The level is entirely devoid of any living things save for the vines and you. Because of this, the only sounds that can be heard below are occasional gusts of wind, creaking of wooden bridges, and if close enough, the shifting of the vines. Natural hazards are also uncommon in level 63. Whilst the bridges frequently appear to be misshapen and poorly constructed, there are very few reports from models that indicate that they actually break down. Even in this unlikely case that a bridge does break down, via water interactions, bridges do not break down on their own. Falling to level 63, these misses never fade out. Falling for a long enough while in level 63 will just simply take you to another level. Okay, that's great. So don't fear that. See entrances and exits. Because of the lack of hazards, level 63 has earned an established reputation of being a good place for meditation and relaxation. As previously mentioned, the lack of entities, relative safety, and overall peace nature of level 63 makes it so wanderers feel at ease while being in the level. I wonder who the first ones you ever fell from one of those bridges must have been so scared, like Ryan, that they are scared or screaming for their mommies until they're teleported to another level randomly. And also, due to the nature of level 63, it's been determined that any supplements will distract from its nature. So yeah, it's why there's no bases here, which is pretty interesting. But it's pretty cool. That we don't have to do any bases still. So thank you guys. Meditation points. On some occasions, the pathways of level 63 lead to isolated spots in the sky, which are far away from any other parts of the pathways and vines. These are known as the meditation points. Meditation points themselves are circular wooden platforms measuring only a single meter in radius. A single bench is positioned in the center of each point, which is fused into the wooden platform entirely. It has also been noticed that for some unknown reason, external noises are slightly dimmed near the meditation points, which makes it so that they are quieter than the rest of level 63. I think, which makes it better for meditation. So, yeah. Meditation points earn their names due to their most common use amongst wanderers. Meditation! Due to their noise numbing ability, wanderers feel like they can focus and reflect on themselves and their surroundings much better than when all external stimuli are eased a bit. Non-confirmed but highly plausible fact of sitting on the benches has been reported, where wanderers claim that sitting on them makes them feel more at ease with their emotions, able to form more composite thoughts regardless of their previous condition. All these makes the meditation plus highly sought after attractions level 63 and gives the level a higher wanderer attraction rate. This has resulted in some people trying to profit off of level 63 and its properties, particularly the BNGG, but all these attempts were shut down by MAG officials who opted to maintain level 63 as a neutral territory for those to experience. So yeah, fuck you, PNTG, and go kill yourselves. Oh, I'm joking. Alright, I'm not a single lord. Usually, all oak doors appear randomly in some of the natural form walls inside 797. Ectodem will lead you to level 63. Sometimes looking through the hills of level 39 leads to level 63. Following through some shrubs in level 11 will occasionally lead to level 63. This is much rarer than the previously mentioned entrances. The only way to exit level 3 is to fall into the void, whether by a complete accident or intentionally. All pathways that may be in your way wisely fall will begin to move out of the way, and you will become unconscious, and waking up to find yourself in a safe level. In the majority of cases, you will be transported to levels similar to an engineer to level 63, such as previously mentioned, level 797, level 9, and other natural levels. So, yeah, let's go to level 64. The Lurking Darkness, it's outdated, by the way, so, yeah. There is a bag base, abandoned insurrection, and then there's lots of housekeepers, but we don't care about that. Anyways, the Lurking Darkness is class 3 difficulty. It's unsafe, unsecure, and has low entity count. Level 64 is the 65th level of Backrooms. Level 64 seems to be an infinite house with dysfunctional lighting fixtures. The description: level 64 is an infinite house area with many rooms, halls, and stairways. The level itself is littered with house decor more than what you could find in an average everyday household. Darkness level 64 absorbs light, and light sources are dysfunctional. A working method is being constructed by the Meg. At this moment, the structure of the house seems to change when no sentient beings are looking, which can cause the wanderer to feel anxiety and or paranoia. I don't have anxiety, so no, that won't happen to me. I'm built different. Level 64. Oh, you can actually see it if you look closely enough. If you're not looking closely enough, you can just basically not see anything. It's just a dark image. But the darkness of level 64 absorbs lights, and light sources are a working method is being constructed by the Meg at the moment. The structure of the house seems to change when. Okay. Level 64 can also cause wanderers to receive symptoms similar to. What the fuck is that? What is that, bro? Okay. Alright, that's good to know. For the amount of time that one can spend in the darkness. The furniture at level 64 is very average to what you can find normally in the front rooms. However, a significant amount of mold and dust can be found on different surfaces. Most of the level has a large amount of items to a point where some items are placed in impossible ways. There are many light sources spread across the level but cannot be activated, and if they ever can be activated, any books and other random materials will be blank. Many rooms and halls found in level 64 can be drastically different than normal, such as a room full of clocks ticking in unison, but grandfather clock in the center of a pile, more clocks, upside down halls, pitch black halls of void, and many more oddities. Alright. Only one entity seems to appear in level 64. Those are which are known as the workers. Workers are humanoid entities that are a worm-like body. The height of the entity is estimated to be normally 6 feet tall. Few reports have mentioned a lurker to be 20 feet tall. Lurkers are able to climb any surface with an entity's large amount of legs. So are we sure this isn't a centipede? I mean, it would be better if it's a centipede. There being 5 on each side. These entities, okay, not a centipede, but still. These entities are hostile and will attack on sight, moving quickly and out of view is the best way to escape lurkers. How do you see in this level? How do you even see in this level? Sleepers are incapable of hearing. Lurkers are sensitive to light, and is the likely reason to its absence in most of level 64. Oh, so through unknown means, level 64 will transform himself to a normal house interior that is finite, and many interesting access can be found. All light sources can be activated, and no entities will appear during this stage. It's unknown how or why this happens, as it appears to happen randomly while traversing too far in level 64. It's suggested that into an exit. It is suggested to exit through one of the many access points during this stage. Entrances and exits. To enter, entrances can become an entrance to level 64 in any level, removing the elevator that's close once they're including level 65. To enter, elevator entrances can become an entrance to level 64 in any level, removing the elevator that was once there, including level 65. Alright. Finding a cellar in level 98 will lead one to level 64, which is kind of weird, but it is the Backrooms. So, finding a couch in level 16 using it will lead. How do you use a couch? Lead you to pass out and wake up in level 64. Finding a large decorated room in level 2 will lead you to level 64. So, okay, good speed. These two are pretty good speedrun strats. The exit, you must survive until the safe stage is active for most exits to function. Then find a glass door that will lead you to a yard of a house in level 9. Walking outside the front door can lead you to go back home. Oh, that's level 200. Alright. I got you. Rocks can be found early by finding a lit room full of light can lead you to 0. Alright. Locally true paintings can lead you to level 57. Hole can be found in the wall leading or ceiling that can lead to level 8. Okay. I mean, you can speedrun to level. I mean, you can get to level 200 by this level, so it's pretty cool. So level 65, level 65 is the a ketchup stained garden, YouTube. No, we didn't do this. Don't even do that, alright? Breathe in, breathe out. Let's get that out of you. Anyways, breathe in, breathe out. Feb should be here in a minute. Who is Feb? Why are you so scared? There's nothing out here that can hurt you. Buddy, that's class 4 difficulty. What the fuck do you mean there's nothing that can go hurt me? Oh. There's nothing out here that can hurt you. Caps. Cap. Breathe in, breathe out. God, where the hell is Feb? The sound was just the wind, right? Breathe in, breathe out. Feb? Ew. Ketchupy smile forms in the darkness. Ah! Woo! A teenage girl with a black skirt and a heavy blue jacket walks into the moonlight, her ketchup-covered teeth glistening. Feb, what the actual fuck? You scream like a girl, Jamie. Feb, why are you covered? I mean, you are a girl. Feb, why are you covered in ketchup? It's not ketchup, idiot. Well, maybe it is ketchup. It's just from these app. Oh, I don't know this level now. Yeah, if you hate centipedes, click off the fucking video right now. That's my only warning right now. But, there's something to do with centipedes in apples, so. She laughs. But I don't think you should be eating random. eating random shit you find here. Especially they're covered in ketchup. But they're so good. They're like this perfect combination of sweet and savory. You should really try them, Jamie. Be fine, but if this ends up oofing me, I'm haunting you after oof. Ha! Good luck with that. I feel like you'll be leaving less here in depth. Oof, than you are now. I don't think I can need to remind you what happened last time you tried to scare me. I'm not going to live that down, am I? It's all good and good fun. Now take a bite. He bounces him off on the apple. Fab, are you okay? Yeah, I just was against vomiting ketchup. And the weeds and shrubs seem to lean into a splatter and as I'm trying to catch up taste. Fab. Yeah, so this one's gonna get a little weird. Our skins begins revealing a hard shell underneath. The plates of bone shift, limbs split and multiply, transforming into short and curving pincers. She lets out a ghastly scream as her face begins to distort, stretching and ripping as the is rearranged. Her new mouth moves as if trying to speak, but it can no longer form human words. The newly birthed centipede quivers on the ground until suddenly, with a violent twitch, it charges at Jamie. So, yeah. So if you eat an apple in this level, any apple, you will turn into a centipede. A humanoid centipede, which is really weird and kind of scary. Like, I don't have a fear of bugs or anything like that, but like, still, it is pretty disgusting. And I would not like to be turned into a fucking centipede. Jamie screams, running into the forest, trying to desperately to outrun his pursuer. For a moment, it looks like he can, but as he slows to catch a breath, after Fod nips his ankle, taking a chunk of with it. He falls, and the centipede is upon him, tearing until all that's left is a pulp. The clump of writhes helplessly in agony as the new creature on it for hours. Please, YouTube, please do not demonetize me for that. That's a pretty disgusting story. Right, out of itself, but like, still. It's a class 4 difficulty. It should be a class 5 difficulty, in my opinion. Unsafe, unsecure, and meaning into account. It's just level 65 from the Crimson Force. Oh my god. So, the Crimson Forest, I'm pretty sure the Crimson Forest, wait. I thought the Crimson Forest was like, hit by a meteor or something, and then like turned into like a deserted level. I thought it was like short completely. Like Crimson, but like yeah, but right now the page said it doesn't exist. I don't know. That is kind of weird. L65 is a persistently foggy forest that contains a variety of different types of delicious, deciduous trees. Here we go, this stupid tree name again. Primarily of species that are not believed to be found in front rooms. All the trees in the level seem to have an undergone standard autumn color change, each with their leaves turning a ketchup red hue. These ketchup red leaves sometimes fall off the trees and can be found littering the ground. A thick, humid fog permits throughout the level, so much the sky has never been spotted. Though it is suspected that there is some sort of light source by the fog, as the entire level is a constant state of dim twilight. The level has no other weather aside from the cool winds, which below intermittently keeping the level constantly at relatively chilly temperatures. The trees in the level seem to be partially carnivorous, subsisting partially off the butt of water who get lost or oof there, with being absorbed in the ground mere hours after oof. And in addition to the trees, there is some fauna consisting mostly of oversized bugs. Most notably, giant centipedes that have been seen growing to over 6 feet. So, notable flora and fauna. Oof, trees is what I'm going to call these. The oofer trees appear in clumps of evenly spaced rows, each about 15 feet, 5 meters apart from one another. A red fruit that looks similar to that of a standard front-room apple, but is around 1.5 to 2 times larger, and takes on a ketchup red hue. Hence the name. When apples are punctured, they exude a vicious liquid that bears visual and plateau similarly to animal ketchup. Shortly after eating apples, wanderers begin feeling sick and start vomiting ketchup. They then begin an irreversible transformation into one of the level centipedes. At this point, they begin acting violently, and it can be assumed that any remnant of their humanity is no longer there. It is unknown if all level centipedes are wanderers moving in the apples, or if they just try to have a way to reproduce on their own. I don't even want to think about that. Disgusting. Mouse. Rarely in level 65, wanderers will come across large, covered crevices in the ground, which are colloquially referred to as mouths. These mouths are about 6 to 9 feet, 2 to 3 meters in diameter, and extend deep into the ground. Their roots are covered in ketchupy, beefy tissue with occasional clumps of non-functional human-like teeth. Wanderers who fall into the mouth will be quickly pulled down and out of sight by the pulsating walls. The inside of a mouth. Oh god, disgusting. Oh, ew, disgusting. Is that not what happens to wanderers who fall into the mouth? Where screams can also be heard emitting from the sight for hours or even days after a wanderer falls in. Sometimes screamings can even be heard spontaneously when no one has fallen in. These spontaneous screams are usually of a deeper guttural nature. One of the centipedes has this photo was taken after the centipede was slain. It was slain by Underwater. How do you slay money? Okay, I guess you just bring Firestone or something. I don't know, or like just get rid of it. Like use pesticides. Oh, also this is a cool little stump, but we're getting into that after the centipedes section. As I mentioned, the centipedes in level can grow to lengths of over 6 feet, 2 meters long. These centipedes all have shiny black exoskeletons and are extremely aggressive, violently tearing apart any wanderers who come near them. Excuse me. They're extremely fast and react to movement, so it's not recommended that wanderers run away when coming into contact with one, as this would lead to a sudden oof. Instead, move slowly towards it and attempt to stab it through its outer shell with a sharp object, or hit it over the head with something heavy. Alright. Becoming and cutting open a centipede, it's been found that it exists a complete human skeleton. These ones are, for the most part, unused, but the skull is situated right inside the head, suggesting that the brain of the former human is kept partially intact. The dark red ketchup that fills these creatures bears a notable resemblance to the juice of the apples, though no tests have been made so far to confirm whether or not it would reproduce a similar effect when eaten. So yeah, I mean, if you try to eat that stuff or drink it, whatever, then you're pretty close. Now for the stump, pretty confusing one. Except note the visual irregularities present in the photograph. Deep in the level, wanderers can come across a structure known as a stump. The stump appears to be cleanly cut black stump from a very large tree, though careful examination is very difficult due to its irregular effects. As wanderers get closer to the stump, they will begin experiencing sensory irregularities, an effect that extends to photographs of the area, suggesting that it may not be hallucinating in nature. These irregularities include visions such as sky taking on a red hue, all other objects being reduced to pitch black silhouettes, and curves and angles changing to appear as sharp points. At this point, wanderers have reported finding it increasingly difficult to think straight and again perceiving time as moving more slowly than it actually is, as well as proving themselves to be separate from the body. Wanderers who touch itself will experience severe burns all over the area of the skin that touches it. Skin burned this way does not heal. Sorry for your loss. The stump is believed to be sentient due to the fact that monsters who come close to it have reported hearing a deep androgynous, which sounds like a echoing inside of its head. Despite this quality of the voice, it can also be heard on recordings. The voice will often address the wanderers directly, but it's mostly incoherent. So now for a few entrances and exits. Wait, what? Where's the entrances? Entrances and exits. It doesn't show the exits, bro. Bro? Oh, what? What? Where's the X? Okay, I guess we're not showing where the exits are. Because I don't see the exits. We were just doing entrances then. That's weird. Level 65 can be entered through wooden gates found in a number of forest-based levels. These entrances stay constant and can also be used as exits, though not all levels that can be entered from level 65 will have a corresponding exit on the other side. 4 levels are known to be connected to level 65. 32, 14, 499, 23 in the Crimson Forest, which is apparently doesn't exist yet. I don't know. So now we're in level 66, that exhibit. So yeah, we'll get to this soon, and yeah, but we are putting the video recording right now, and we will be training level 66 and to through summary soon. So yeah, bye.